Hello everybody! This is a very interesting episode of SkyJam, and first I'm going to explain why it's interesting. No, first I'm going to explain what you're looking at, and then I'm going to explain why you're looking at it. So right off the bat, you'll notice a very poorly drawn RPG Maker game in front of you, with the .x branding and all that jazz, because today I'm going to be doing a playthrough / developer commentary of my very old, not very good game, .x Adventure, which predates the .x comic, my webcomic, by like 2.5, 3 years before I started the comic. And there's a lot I can get into about it and the comic and all sorts of things. Why I am going to be playing it today, though, is because James is sick, and we have not been able to film this past weekend, and so I need to do a couple solo episodes to fill this week's schedule. We have no more Breath of the Wild ready to air, so this week's going to be a fun mixture of snipper clips and Skyler playing his old .x Adventure game. Let me do a quick more second of introduction, which is that this is just a warning, this isn't a great game. In fact, this is not a good game. The only reason I still have it available online on my website, hetria.com, if you'd like to play along yourself, the only reason I still have it available is because I think it is a very interesting look at the transition period that brought .x to be what it is today, which is the comic. The comic was made at first as an introduction to this game, but I very quickly realized the comic was infinitely better and have stuck with the comic since. So yeah, I know it's gotten a little bit more popular lately within the .x crowd. People have been looking through it for old characters and files and stuff. People have found some things that have changed significantly since they hit the comic. Some characters that aren't in the comic yet, etc., etc. For those of you who don't know about my comic or this game, it's going to be a weird episode for you. But you can check out my comic, again, at my website, hetria.com. Linked in the description for both this game and my comic. And, what else was I gonna say? Anyway, let's get started. So, hey there, this is a post-production note. This game was made entirely before the .x comic began, therefore everything within this game is outdated and should be taken as non-canon. Please enjoy, though. So, alright, this game, although I made it like 2 years before, I made the whole thing 2 years before .x, the comic started. However, I didn't release it until after the comic had began, because I wanted to release it when I did the .x Adventure chapter in the comic, but I then decided that the comic was better, like I said before, and so I just did this game in comic form, and that is the Adventure chapter. But eventually I released this anyway, just to have it out there for people who are interested. So, welcome to .x Adventure. Switch characters by talking to them, choose an area icon to start a level. I won't read all the text out. I'm just getting started. So right now, I am Speedy. Here's the world map. And the way that this game works is very much based off of Sonic Adventure 2, in that there are 2 story modes consisting of several characters, 4 characters each. And if I click on Pudding now, I'm Pudding, and you see her first level is different than Speedy's. In this episode, we're going to do Speedy's story, and in the next episode, we're going to do Pudding's story. Also, real quick, on the left here, this little spinning X is a room where all the collectibles are. There are several, I think 4, post-production note, bonus scenes are actually complete. They're non-canon. So yeah, like the rest of the... In every level of the game, I believe there are 3 white .x tokens to find and 1 gold one. The gold one will unlock you a bonus scene, which will be down here once they're unlocked. I'll come back here later to show you what it is. The other things are sound test, which is all done. Character bios over here, which are not done. Whoop. Yeah, only half of them are written up. They're all outdated. These are developer commentaries, which were never recorded, so they're not done. I released the game without all collectibles done, in case you hadn't noticed. But the reason that I'm doing this today is kind of making up for that, I guess. And then this, once you have every other collectible, is a secret level, which is done. And Fade's here to explain all that to you. Alright, let's get into that first level, Mobius Suburbs. So, some of the dialogue from this is directly from the Adventure chapter, other stuff or some of the dialogue from the adventure chapter is directly from this. Other stuff has been adjusted. This was written first. And you can see Clone is here, even though in the comic he was not with them when they first picked up Pudding. But for the sake of a game, I wanted there to be a boss battle up front, actually like Sonic Adventure 1, the Chaos Fight. The game was, Dodex as a whole was a lot more Sonic-like back then, near the beginning of the comic, during this time of this game, which I regret immensely, but that's the origins of Dodex. If you know anything about Dodex, you probably know by now. Me and my friends in elementary school, playing at recess as Sonic characters. Some of us started making our own characters, and then eventually the Sonic world was all cut out of it, and we were left with a bunch of our own characters that looked like Sonic characters, and that's the curse I've put upon myself. Okay, so I'm in a boss battle now. Speedy is way faster in the game than he would be in the comic, and so I wanna... These are springs. Our heart's at the top left. Okay, Clone's gonna charge, then he... Whoop, I missed my chance. When he's, I guess, scratching his head like that, that's my chance to move in and hit him. He's not doing anything. There we go. I let him hit me because there was some sort of bug. Again, this game isn't great. It's not good by most definitions. Oh, he's gonna come at me this way. There we go. Then Hurricane shows up. It's becoming daytime from the morning. This scene was, completely removed in the, what's it called? The comic. Whoop. Should not be too hard. Some of the later boss battles are a little unfairly difficult. I also can hold shift to go way too fast. Whoop. There he goes. He always freezes before he charges. I'm pretty proud of this concept for having done it in an RPG Maker game, like this boss battle that is not an RPG at all. There we got a little classic gel, and the boss battle's over. So, Clone runs off. Oh my gosh, I haven't even begun to talk about all the music. Haha. So, most of the music in this game is ripped and arranged from other games. Actually, not most of it. I'd say about half of it is. The other half is made by me and my own dad. All of it is bad midis. But that's just what I knew how to do at the time. This song actually comes with the default RPG Maker XP soundtrack, and I have kind of used it as there's the first collectible, as the quasi-main theme of .x until the comic started, when I decided that I need to do... Well, there's no music in the comic, but once I do music in the comic, I need to make it original. So, we'll get there when we get there. We can talk to Hurricane. He's going to talk about the springs. Regular ones are red. The yellow ones bounce you really far. And each spring bounces you a set distance. So this is Mobius Suburbs. You've seen it in the comic a lot. The houses are still based on what they look like here. The white, like, stone, sandstone-y houses with the different colored roofs. That's going to bounce me back. So, depending on which spring I take here will take me towards a different collectible. Let's take the left one. Alright, let's find them. I know I can't get every collectible in one run. There it is. Just because of the way that the levels are laid out, so that there are multiple paths to take through. And so, each time you go through, you could get different collectibles, encounter different characters. See, if I went the other way, I'd be up on the roofs right now, and I could talk to Fade and get that collectible. But I'm down here with Gel. Gel says sticky. Here we go. Oh wow, I didn't even see the gold collectible at all. They were hidden a little harder, so whoops. So here's another fun little thing. They're gonna go to the Treefort, which did not exist yet in the canon. I'm not gonna save. It does not exist yet in the canon of the comic. The Treefort was built later, and so let's head there now and see how enormous it is. This part's not enormous. Oh my gosh, what is this music? I believe this music is one of the is a MIDI of one of the instrumentals of Knuckles' raps in Sonic Adventure 2. Nope, it's Lost Colony, I think. It's hard to remember. So they're going to go to the enormous back part of the treehouse, which is it's a concept I'd like to explore in the comic, but I've not had a chance yet. But you're gonna find out right here. The treehouse is pretty huge. Also, Fade's theme in this game, the bass line that you may or may not be hearing during this part. I hope the audio is a good volume while I'm talking about this, but Fade's theme is the bass line from Green Gardens of Bomberman 64, which is a soundtrack I adore. Oh, I should have taken the upper path would have gotten me to a collectible, so I'm just gonna die here. Gonna fall off into the hole. And now I'm going to go and get that collectible. So you might hear a fan, and that is my computer screaming as it tries to run this game, and I apologize for that. I'm gonna just make my way through this as fast as I can for all the levels, because I don't want to take too long doing this. Oh, so here's the checkpoint. These are actual working checkpoints, again, styled after Sonic Adventure 2. What inspired me to make this game, actually, after .x hadn't been used for anything for so long, is that Sonic Generations came out, and I saw that they revisited old Sonic levels and made something new out of it, and I wanted to do that with .x, and here we are. Whoops, that was a trick. I died. Do I still have that collectible I want to know? I don't remember all the level layouts super well. Yes, I do. But I remember them vaguely enough. Now, if I gone the other way, I could have talked to Speedy right there. Whoops. There's the gold one of this level. But I think I've already missed my chance to get it, because I didn't go the Speedy way. Dang. This collectible down here. This is near the start. What was up this bridge over here? Ah, dead end. This must be the other way around. Going through the checkpoint. We're almost done with this level. Don't want to run off into any of the holes. What do you have to say, Jel? Jel has to say sticky. Ah, shoot. Again, I missed another collectible. That's the way to the gold one. Well, shucks. Let's move on. So, more enormous Treefort. All of this scene was cut entirely from the comic. A lot of the game was cut from the comic, because it was more of there just to fill out a game, rather than actually be important to the story. So now they're looking for... Oh, we're playing as Gel! They were looking for Audrey's research papers. That's one piece there, it's glowing. Every time you play this level, the pages will be in a different place. I had them randomly generate each time, kind of like the emeralds in Sonic Adventure 2. And I guess Sonic Adventure 1, I don't remember. This is Gel's room. Each character had like a room in this section. I'm just gonna quickly check every room, get what I can. This guy was Speedy's room. Yep. I believe one of the rooms is Goo's room, which is Goo's only mention in the entire story mode of this game. She does appear in the bonus scenes, but... Okay, nothing. Oh boy. Wow, that fan is really going, huh? This is a crappy episode, and I apologize, everyone. Oh, that's her. Oh, I should have talked to Hurricane there. That's a funny bit of dialogue. He moved all of his furniture up to the main part of the treehouse. Alright, third piece. Third piece. So, Speedy's going to find out about the supernatural binding souls ritual, etc., etc., which is something they, I think, like, Pudding kind of just mentions it to him at the beginning of the chapter, which is a much quicker and cleaner way to do this. Pudding bringing this upon herself by, worrying Speedy like that. I believe that joke, Fade, that's brilliant, that left an odd taste in my mouth, might have made it into the comic at some point, but I don't remember. It's been a long time, you guys. Alright. World 3. Mobius Skyline. Let's zip through this. Oh man, NPCs! Oh, this is gonna lag. God, this is a... Look at all those NPCs, busy people going to work. Listen to that crappy MIDI of Sonic Adventure 2 City Escape. And I burped there, I'm sorry. How do I get that? None of these are based on any characters that will be in the comic at any point. As far as I'm aware of, these are all just recolors, as you could tell very easily. Don't remember the way to go to get all the collectibles on the stage, but I'm doing okay. Speedy's side of the story, by the way, is absolutely the easier side. Oh, these are pushable. I think I go like this. Yeah, okay. So that was my little tutorial for the boulder pushing puzzles. Speedy talks about it a bit. There's a little hole on the left there that you could die in to reset them if you choose to. The block pushing puzzles are a lot harder on Pudding's side. I missed the gold one. Might be a collectible up here. Yeah! This is not a 100% run, by the way. This is just me kind of playing it to talk over it. Again, like I mentioned, James is sick. I'm doing the best I can. Oh, green springs are really bouncy. Let's see how far it'll bounce me. Very far. Cool. End of level. Hurricane's first level. I don't think Speedy and the crew even went through the city in the comic. No, only Pudding's team did. That's funny. I wanted both sides to have the same amount of levels. And so, that's what led to... There's a secret over here. That's why there's so many kind of unnecessary stops on the trip. And I feel bad for... Oh, golden one! Yeah! Nice! I don't mean to keep talking this game down, especially if any of you actually enjoy it out there. I certainly have a lot of fond memories making it and putting it together. Oh, I can't get to that little bistro where that... You can see there's a spinning collectible under there. Speedy's levels go by real quick if you know where to go. I messed up. It's not the way to go. Oh no, maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Oh shoot. Let's grab this. There's a easy loop to get stuck in, but I accidentally avoided it. Cool. We're doing Marble Mansion, Frisky's Castle. This map is still the general layout of where things are in .x. The front door is already open. Because Pudding's team's already here. Frisky, this is the introduction of Frisky's intercom, which did stay in the comic. Again, I'm not reading this out loud, but if you're interested in all the dialogue, you could always try the game yourself. It does not work on Max. I apologize for that. Oh, I'm fading now. So these spikes are pretty rough, and if you step on them, they will send you back to the last checkpoint. So I need to be careful. I gotta make like an actual original soundtrack to .x. Whoops, that didn't send me far enough. Oh, I know what this is. This is gonna teach me that I can bounce on the beds. Yeah. If I were to try to make this game today, a .x game like this where you play as different teams with the different characters, I think what I would have done is had each character have their own unique playstyle. Like maybe one character... Again, I know that's borrowing from Sonic, but a lot of this game does. But if I were to make this exact game today, I'd probably give like... Oh, I stepped on spikes. Dang, back to the start. I'd probably give like... one character like, oh, in this level in Frisky's Castle you have to look for keys, and it would be another one like the Papers one, which I only did one of, I don't know why. I think there's one on the other team's story as well. But I don't know what I'd do besides searching for things and getting to the goal, so maybe not. I don't know. But I feel like I want the characters to have more unique stages than just everybody's trying to get to the goal except for that one gel stage. okay, the spikes are starting to pick up here. Luckily I'm holding... This is what it would be like if I wasn't holding shift, which is very slow. But I am holding shift. Ooh. I think I know what has to happen here. I think I need to bounce across. Whoop, I hit the wrong one again. Sorry, everybody. This is going to be a unfortunately long episode anyway, so there we go. Bounce. Yeah! To safety. See, if I wasn't holding shift, I wouldn't even be able to cross 4 in a row. I probably could run across it now. Frisky's taunting us over the intercom. Secret down here. Golden one. Let's hit the green super spring. See where that takes us. Nice. Here's Gel. Gel says sticky. And hops. Ooh. Got it. I feel like if I hit that yellow spring, I'll go somewhere cooler. I'm gonna do that. Boing, boing. Nice! This is the end. There she is. Hey. End of stage. Okay. Oh, cutscene. Putting it left already. This also kind of happened in the story. Having everybody move around at the same time was fun to put together. This is just This was an RPG Maker VX game. For anybody who's curious. If I were to make a game now, it would be in MV, and it will be next time I make a game. Which might be the Seamerdex game. We'll see what comes up next. You wouldn't need a girl with you? No, Speedy's thinking about it. And like in the comic, Jelly, you're a girl, you can hit her. And this is a boss battle, which is not at all the case in the comic, but here we go. Oh, what did I say? Oh, I'll fade. Cool, let's go. So, Frisky... Oh, okay. That's what started. Oh, she's gonna spin at me. Now, she won't spin onto the spikes, so you can kind of hide behind them. So yeah, that's what she does. She's gonna walk towards us. She does a little animation. I actually, for being, like, 10th grade, these animations are not bad for a beginner pixel artist. I think, for what RPG Maker allows. She starts to spin, she spins for a bit, and I hit her, she loses the heart. Now, yeah, now the spikes start coming up. Oh, it got me. Gotta reset. Damn. If I use shift, which is very much a cheaty thing, because I didn't realize it was available while I was making the game, so a lot of the game can be bypassed by doing it, but... Should be able to get through this pretty easily. Okay, spikes. No spikes. That's my shield to go. Okay. 2 more hits without getting hit by her or the spikes. The yellow springs can help me avoid her. Oh, that might actually be the strategy to go with here. Come on, Frisky, there we go. See, when she spins, she starts by moving right towards you, then she kind of loses control and spins a bit randomly around until she gets dizzy. So once she starts spinning randomly, you can kind of approach her a little bit more. It's all coming back there. Whoa, shoot. There she goes. Lost control. No one coming at me. Ooh. She might come at you a bit at the end, too, now that I'm thinking about it. But Frisky's defeated. That's the mid-boss on Speedy's side. We're already halfway through this side of the story. Blah, blah, blah. More exposition. We need to hurry. If we go through Mobius City again, we'll never make it in time. Speedy's got a shortcut. We're going to the docks. They're cute. Alright. So as you can see, this story mode, like at all the levels, you can play them again by clicking on them. And even if I were to go to Pudding side, all the levels would be here, except for the pirate ship, which I haven't beaten yet, so it's gone now. And Pudding's first level, the Red House, is here. If I were to try to do one of Speedy's levels as Pudding, it would just bring me back to Speedy's side of the story. So let's go take on that pirate ship. And this is an interesting bit. one of the more interesting bits in this game in terms of beta stuff, like, and what I mean by beta stuff is like stuff in the beta of the .x comic, which is kind of what this is that Banana, for many years, was a member of the pirate captain's crew before the comic. But I want to do more with the... Actually, so is Dusk. Dusk and Banana both were. And I wanted to do more with them. They were much younger than the pirate captain, so I felt like they would do better as friends with the rest of the cast. And so I have repurposed them once the ball came around. But in this, Banana is still on the pirate crew. And I did not have the time or patience to write Dusk's old design, which is not the design in the comic, so he does not show up in this game. Whoops. Alright, let's get through this cutscene. A lot of this cutscene actually made it into the comic. Six shoes, 6 gloves, and a bow. These are my hands, this hurricane, which I love, and I believe that made it into the comic as well. It's hard to remember now, gosh. It's like a blur what's in the game and what's in the comic. You can see Speedy's angry because his eyes got a little bit, like, they became angry eyes. He's closing them. Forgot that was in there. Alright. There's Banana on the right. Also, this is the pirate Luffy's old design. See, this level is very much another push and block puzzle. It's not too tough. Let's go find those. There's the gold one. These are cannonballs because it's on the pirate ship. I made sure whatever, like, spheres you were pushing at any point made sense given the area you were in. Oh, this is an impossible one. That's just to block me from going that way. You can't get through that. I have to go back around. Let's see here. What's this way? I shouldn't take so much time to just... Yeah, I shouldn't take so much time to just explore. I know where I'm going. And while it's fun to get all the collectibles, that's the door. I do want to get through Speedy's story in this one episode, so let's do that. Oh, there we go. Collectible in the captain's quarters. Nope, another exit. And you can't actually go through the exits. That'll do. There's one. Okay. Can I remember how to do this? I think I can. There we go. How far can I push this? Now's not the time. Figure that out on your own, everybody. Hey, there's Banana. Let's talk to him. Yeah, that sounds about right. Banana was a lot more like Fade before the comic. The pirate, like the cast of the pirates, had nothing to do with the rest of the .x before this game, where I had them cross over a little bit. And so Banana for the pirates kind of served the same purpose as Fade for the rest of the cast, like loosely. Why would there be a hole in the front of the boat? But yeah, that's part of why I want Banana and Dusk and the other pirate characters to be their own thing, like be part of the main cast in .x now as of the ball, except for the captain, who I kept as a pirate as a kind of a callback / reference to this like spin-off series that we did during 6th grade's recess. That's when we did all the pirate stuff. Alright, they're split up by the water. Now we're here at Time Mountain. It's time for Gel's transformation. And she transformed! Gel has evolved, if you will. And every one of her species has as well, including goo, lime, and paste. Like, Goo and Paste's ship name is now Glue, everybody. That's gotta be the case now. Gel can talk. So, okay, here's a fun bit. I did record a lot of voice acting for this game. And there's actually a fan voice acting project for the comic going on right now, which you should totally check out. It's on Discord. I think one of them will leave a link in the description if I say, in the comments below if I tell them to. I'm not sure if they would want me to make it public on this video on YouTube, so I will not do that. That'll be up to them. But, yeah, my friend who created Gel, Terp, she did all Gel's voice acting, and it is all fantastic, and I'm not gonna play it without her, her permission, but it was really, really good. To Fade, Hurricane, and Gel, when you wake up, thank you so much for helping me this far. Except for Fade, you moron, you almost got us all killed. There was a lot more mean-spiritedness in before the comic. When I went into Dot X was definitely a product of elementary school, and when I went into junior high, like every junior high child, I became a lot more, me and all my friends, I'm not going to pin this only on myself, we all became a lot more angry and angsty, as, you know, adolescent children tend to do. And so Dot X got a lot more mean-spirited to, because of that. Here we are on Time Mountain. And, gosh, I don't remember this level at all. Oh, man. I remember the second part of Time Mountain where you play as Gel, but not the Fade part. This is interesting. But, yeah, this game is kind of the transition period between that and me returning Dot X to its original state, which is just a childhood adventure, very pure, very kind-hearted, much more slice-of-life-y. Oh, well, actually, no, that's not the case. There's, like, demonic possession and such, but you know what I mean. Everything's a lot happier. Everything's a lot closer in the comic to what it was in elementary school, and I intend to keep it that way. Because that just fits Dot X more. Oh, Gel's sad. No. We gotta go cheer up Gel, because we're Fade, and that's what Fade does best. I feel like there would be a collectible around here. Oh well. Am I gonna bounce on that bed? Yes, I am. Nice. Well, I guess that's something I did in Fade's levels, is that he bounces on the bed. That's cool. Oh, I'm back. No, I'm not back here. Which way do I go? I'm gonna take this one. Oh, we're up here. Wait. That's a collectible. How do I get to that? Oh, like this. I'm already there. Sweet. I almost went around the way I was supposed to go trying to get to that collectible. Here's another one. Dang. Was that the gold one? I am cleaning them up on this stage. I remember the music. We made it! Nice. That is a very cute Gel sitting sad sprite. I never think Fade says. Oh man. If you are interested in reading this dialogue, I definitely recommend playing through it yourself. Not because it's a good game, but just because... Actually, I don't know. Maybe you could just pause the video. Only play it if you're interested in playing it. As a Dot X fan. If you're looking for a fun new game to try, this is not the one for you. Oh, that's a secret over there. I can smell that a mile away. So this, the music... Oh, gold one. The music in this stage is a combination of Gel's theme in this game and Fade's theme in this game and the Time Mountain theme from a game that eventually did not get finished, which was a Revolving Light game, since Revolving Light takes place on Time Mountain. Oh shoot, that was a short one. I must have taken the fastest possible path. Alright, here we are at the ruins. I'm not saving. There we go, final stage. Let's do this. Oh, it's green as heck here. What was I thinking? Actually, I like it, but it's too green. I think it was a little less intense. It would look really cool. But maybe it looks cool anyway. It's up to you to decide. That was a plot hole at the time, because this is based off an elementary school story, and Jell just transformed mid-story, but since then, when I wrote the whole, like, story arc of the comic, I do know the reason that happens now, so... Joke's on you, Skyler from the past. Oh, it's a hurricane one. Okay, so in the comic, I just put a staircase up the back of the temple. In this one, they have to actually climb the whole thing the way that, well, Pudding and them do. Yeah, I gotta be patient here, unfortunately. Oh, let's take the left one. Actually, this is, well, you'll see later in the next episode, but Pudding's story also ends up here on the temple. And what happens is a pretty cool thing I did. I had to design a couple levels at once with this. And I'll explain that at the very end of the next episode, or near the very end. Let's just keep going up. Let's climb this thing. Oh, that went down. There's more like it. Hey, secret. Fade. You must signify we're near the end. We're just going to the roof. Oh, green one. That's a big one. Camera can't even keep up with him. Ooh. Remember this later. Alright, gotta sneak out to there. Gonna go up here. And we're good. Nice. Springs will take us right to the roof. Sticky, says Jell. Despite the ability to speak now. They're up on top of the roof. Let's go. It's time for the showdown. This cutscene is, I think, the same on both sides. Or mostly the same. I apologize profusely that that is a Jewish star. That just was in the tile set I was using. And I realized in this very moment that this looks very bad because that's what eventually summons the demon. If I knew what that, I knew what that was. I just wasn't thinking. Like I didn't put together that it in a circle is the same as just it not in the circle. I apologize. That should be an upside down star. That is what I was going for, like a 5-pointed upside down star. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, let's get through this cutscene. This is very similar to pages 99 and 100 of the comic. Not exactly the same, but fairly similar. I'm gonna just start hammering the spacebar. This is a really great joke, which you should check out on your own sometime. So everybody's kind of turned against Speedy except for Jell, who is bummed out about Fade. Speedy versus Clone. Let's do this. This is a MIDI of the Sonic Boom intro from Sonic CD. Oh my god. So there's a lot more room to fight here. Whoa, shoot. Oh my god, that's 2 hearts. Oh, crap. I don't remember the strategy for this. Okay. I want to stay diagonal from him because he can only run in straight lines. Whoop. That's my chance to hit him. So regardless of when he's charging or not, I gotta get in there. Oh, this is interesting. 3 hits from him is gonna take me out. Nope, not close enough. I'm gonna not use shift because it makes the screen go too fast. Oh, no. I'm just gonna hide around my friends. They all have dialogue here. Shoot! Oh, that one only did 1. I guess it's only when he charges me that does 2 damage. That's interesting. Cool, got him. You could also very much just kind of cheat the system if you just keep talking to people and don't stop talking to them until he's... Like if I go like this. There we go. That's a very cheap way to go about it if you're having trouble with this battle. Or the one at the end of Pudding Story, which we'll get to next episode. Oh, no. Wait, I should not move in a straight line. You know in a movie when somebody's being chased by a train and they and they run on the train tracks. That's what that felt like right now. Come at me, clone. Nope. What is this pattern? I cannot figure it out for the life of me. Come on. I don't want to just do the cheaty thing, but I will. Wait for it. Got him. Wow, that sucks. Ooh, I forgot that they were swearing in this game. My bad, everybody. Again, there's a lot more mean-spirited. Oh, man. I'm glad I went with the comic rather than this as the canon of .x. The comic is such an enormous improvement. Even on this one story, I'm going to go back and read the adventure chapter, even though I don't like looking at my old art. This makes me really nostalgic for it. So you might notice that this does not cover the demon showing up. Speedy does a little jumping pose there. Cool. Speedy's story is done. On the next episode, we do Pudding's story, and a little bit of bonus ending bit, which we'll get to then. So, next time on SkyJam, more of this. Sorry, I apologize ahead of time, but I'll see you all then.